How's it going, YouTube? My name is Blake Yarbrough and welcome back. Today's video is on probably the most polarizing sneaker of 2020, the Air Jordan 4 Union Los Angeles collaboration. Now, this sneaker has upset a lot of people with the early leaks, the early images, and honestly, in person, they do look a lot better. But before we get into this review, I wanted to mention to you guys, a lot of you ask if I'm ever selling like any of my personal sneakers. And Nick, if you'll show them, I've got a lot of empty cases over here on my sneaker wall. That's because I've listed a lot on my website, atllocals.com. The link will be down in the description. So if you're looking to purchase anything new, add anything to your collection, I have listed some of my personal sneakers up for sale just because I'm trying to get a few different sneakers that you'll see probably in an upcoming video. So if you'd like to check that out, links down in the description. Now let's go ahead and talk about these sneakers. This sneaker right here, when I first saw the images, I was upset. I'm not gonna lie, I really hated them a lot. And one of the reasons that I was so upset when I saw the early images is because I love the Air Jordan 4. The Air Jordan 1 is probably my most favorite Air Jordan model, but then besides that, the Air Jordan 3, the Air Jordan 4 are right there, right behind it. And so I just felt like it was kind of disrespectful what they did to the Air Jordan 4. It was early images, you didn't really know if that's how this sneaker was actually going to look. So there's just a whole lot of controversy surrounding this sneaker. Now that I've got it in hand, you can see what it's going to look like. You've got this tongue, this short tongue right here, which just is so ugly. Like, this is so ugly. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you guys, it's so ugly. But there is a little bit of a twist. You may have seen some other images out there, you may not have seen them, but today we're gonna show you that maybe the tongue isn't as short as you think it is. We'll get into that a little bit later in the video, but go ahead and tell me your initial reaction down in the comment section. Do you like this sneaker? Because honestly, right off the bat, when I saw the early images, I really didn't like it. So let me know down in the comment section below. It's definitely a really interesting choice of colors. It's not a traditional, red, black, and white Jordan colorway. It doesn't have any nod to like the history of Jordan brand or anything like that. And so it's, it's definitely polarizing. And what I mean by that is you either love it or you hate it. Everybody's kind of on polar opposites. I have met a few people that really like this colorway, which doesn't include me. I actually like the other one that's gonna release, that black colorway. I like that one a lot better. But this one in hand is actually not that bad. But you got the Jordan Union hang tag right there, which is similar to some of the apparel they actually released with Jordan brand from the previous release. But then you've got this outsole, this like kind of aged looking outsole. It's like a yellow cream color. Maybe like custard is maybe like a good color to call it. And it's also the same color on the midsole. So usually on a Jordan 4, you've got a different outsole than you do like right here on the midsole. But this one's actually paint matched. And so that's something that's interesting. I think it makes the shoe look a lot different because you don't have like that contrast in color. You've got that same like custard yellow color on the outsole and also on the midsole. That looks kind of odd, because that's just not normally how Jordan 4s look. And then you move up to the upper, which has got like all this suede paneling here that wraps around the shoe. And this color, I would say, is a blush colorway. It looks kind of like a tan, but when you see it in person, I'd say it's almost got like a hint of pink in there, which would make it more like a blush, like the Yeezy blush, that 500 Yeezy blush. I would say it's probably similar to that color is how I would describe it. Then you've got like this pale pink, on the wings here. I do like the translucent wing. I think that looks pretty cool. I just wish they would have cut it out here in the center. Basically, it just kind of looks unfinished, which is so popular nowadays. This is something that I just don't really like that much. It doesn't bother me, I could live with it, but I wish they would have just cut that out because I think it overall would have just made the shoe look a little bit better. And then you've got this same like kind of bright pink right here on the upper around the ankle collar. Overall, this colorway is not that bad. It's called Guava Ice, and so I think that's where they get some of the inspiration for these pinks and the blues. This honestly could be like a women's colorway. I don't really see this one being as popular as the other one. I think the black will be a lot more popular overall as far as resale prices and things like that. But let's go ahead and check out the tongue, because the early leaked images, everybody was upset about the tongue. Why did they cut the tongue off? What's going on with the tongue? And so let's go ahead and check it out. So I'll show you this one right here. If I move the laces down, you can actually see a little bit more. Now, they didn't show this in the early images, but if I move the laces down, you can actually see that you got this Air Jordan tab right here, which would be similar to what's on the backside of Air Jordan 4s. Right now, it's right side up, but on all Air Jordan 4s, when you look inside the tongue, it's upside down. So what they did, you can see like a small hint of a black patch right there, which at the bottom, it looks like it says Union. So what could we do? I think what the best idea is to cut this yellow stitching. Now this is very similar to what they did on the Jordan 1. You had like two pieces of a tongue like stitched together and it looked kind of like unfinished, and that's what they did here as well. So you've got the tongue stitched over, and they didn't show this in early images, and it's something that Jordan Brand is doing on purpose. You know, they don't want to give away all the secrets too soon, and so let's go ahead. I've got an X-Acto knife and also a pair of tweezers right here, and what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna cut all this yellow thread and see what it looks like. Now before I get into cutting these, I want to be extra careful, and that's because this isn't my pair of sneakers. These are actually my friend Harry's, and he gave me permission to cut the tongue, which I think shows a lot of his trust in me, so I want to be extra careful. He got these from Sneaker Knockers, which you've heard me talk about Sneaker Knockers in the past. They are a great VIP group that you can join if you're looking to get early sneakers like this. They're always cheaper than like StockX or GOAT, so if you're looking to get like a good deal on an early pair, that's where you want to go, is Sneaker Knockers. I'll link all their information down in the description below. Let's go ahead. I've got my X-Acto knife ready. Let's go ahead and cut this first thread. All right, I don't think it's gonna be that difficult. Threads are spaced out pretty easily, so now that I can breathe. All right, so we got the first few cut, as you can see, and it looks like it's actually gonna let the tongue unfold, which would of course make the Air Jordan logo be upside down, just like every other Air Jordan 4. So maybe Union Los Angeles didn't do as bad as we all initially thought. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna show you guys a time lapse. I'm gonna cut this all the way out. I've got some tweezers to pull the threads out, and then we'll show you what the finished product looks like. Alright guys, that was it. Looks like there's some extra strings from where I cut them on the inside. So that's it. So here is the remnants of the stitching. So we get all into my hand. So there's the remnants, and basically the way they have it done, this is really sick. This makes the shoe so much better. The way they have it done is, and they're smart for this, they had the tongue folded over like this, and all you could see in the early images was like this Air Jordan patch, which everybody's like, why are they putting that on the front of the tongue when there should be that square flight patch on the front? And then you've got the square patch. Like there it is, the patch that you're supposed to always have on the front of the Air Jordan 4 tongue. And instead of flight at the bottom, you've got Union, but it's in that flight font. And so this is actually a really sick detail that they came up with. Very creative. We should have just had faith in Union from the Jordan 1. Like the Jordan 1 for me is like a high grail on my list. I don't have them right now. I did just get a really sick print of the Unions right there up there on my wall, but I don't have the sneaker yet. I will have them at some point, but we should have had faith. We should have had faith that Union and Jordan Brand were gonna put together a creative collab, and they really did with this tongue concept. So basically you've got a raw edge foam padded tongue, so different than the traditional Jordan 4 tongue. You've got like these perforations here as well. Definitely looks a lot different than, you know, the standard Jordan 4 tongue, especially because you can unfold them. So this one is actually already cut as well. They just unfold just like that. It's pretty soft. Like the outside is like a nylon kind of mesh material, and the inside is a very soft material. It's almost like maybe like some type of like soft nubuck kind of, just real soft material there on the inside of the tongue. The insole, I think I'll take the insole out and show you guys that. You've got the logo there on the heel of the insole. Now this one's got the Jumpman, and then you've got the Union below it in that same flight font, just like on the tongue. And that's just another little Union detail. Nothing too special, but something I wanted to show you guys. And the other things that I think are pretty interesting as well is that they matched the netting on the upper to the outsole and midsole. So you've got like this custard yellow, cream yellow on the netting, and that's something that just kind of contrasts the upper, because the rest of it is like this just grayish whitish mesh here on the toe box. The Union LA tab is also on these. So this was something that they added onto the Air Jordan 1. They used the same exact Union LA little tag. They just snuck it right in there below the wing. And so that's like a little nod, I think, to the Jordan 1 collab, and just the Union LA, Union Los Angeles little tag right there to let you know that this is a Union collab. Because other than that, if you took off the hang tag, which hopefully you don't wear the sneakers with the hang tag, if you took the hang tag off, you're not going to know that this is really a Union collab, because you don't see the Union on the tongue unless you pull the laces down. And so I think that's just kind of like a nice little subtle branding, nothing too in your face. I'm actually pretty cool with that. I like the placement. It's nice and, you know, just tucked away right there below that panel. But what do you guys think about the tongue? The tongue is crazy. I really like it. I like that it's got, you know, this is what we're used to seeing from a Jordan 4. You got like that taller tongue. This one's probably a little bit taller than the standard Jordan 4. I've got one over here I can show you guys. Here's one that I haven't worn yet. The Cause Jordan 4 in the black colorway. These are still 100% dead stock. I want to wear them, I just haven't found the right occasion. But this one's also got like a taller tongue. I feel like, I don't know, maybe the Jordan 4s always have that taller tongue. I feel like usually it's just a little shorter. This seems kind of extra tall. This also seems extra tall. I've had a ton of them in the past. It's one of my favorite models, but I do cycle through my sneakers. There's some that I'll never get rid of. I've sold a bunch of sneakers in the past, so both of these just seem like they're a little bit taller than normal. I feel like it's usually just a little bit shorter, but I don't have any others here to compare. But I really like it. I think that they did a great job. I think the creativity of that was a 10 out of 10 as far as creativity. Now the colorway, still not a huge fan of the colorway. I wish they would have done something, you know, just a little more traditional, but you know, I can't be mad at it. They're creating, they're trying new things, and so you can't ever be mad at somebody's creativity process. I do like that they did the Nike Air on the heel. I'm a big fan of having Nike Air on the heel of the 3 and the 4, even though this isn't an OG colorway. Now some people get really upset about that. They think that Nike Air should only be reserved for the OG colorways, and I think Jordan Brand stuck to that for a while, but then you've seen it like on the Off-White 4s. I think Jordan Brand's kind of moved away from that as far as reserving the Nike Air for only OG colorways. I'm not really mad at it because I prefer to see this. I like the Nike Air on the back so much better. I think it just looks so much more appropriate than just having a Jumpman, but that's just my personal opinion. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. So far, this is, you know, it's a pass for me. You know, I would love to flip these and make some money probably, but as far as wearing these, I would prefer the darker colorway. Now, there's gonna be some people, just watch. I've already seen John Mayer in a pair of these. They looked really cool. You've got the sail laces, which I think is always a nice touch. If they would have done white laces, I don't think these would have looked as good. So the sail laces gives them that extra vintage feel, which I'm a big fan of sail laces in Jordans. And I think there's gonna be some people that make these look really good. The expected release is at the end of the month, and I'm excited to have these early in hand. Thanks to Harry, thanks to Sneaker Knockers for letting me use these for a video. I'm also going to show you guys what these look like on feet. So let's go ahead and hop over. I'll throw these on and we'll show you some B-roll shots of what they look like on feet. What do you guys think about how they look on feet? I actually really like them on feet. I mean, it's hard to not like these. It's the Jordan 4. Like, I love the Jordan 4 model. I think on feet, it helps them. It actually helps this sneaker a lot. And I know all the Instagram blogs and things are gonna say, keep that same energy, because everybody hated these when they early leaked the images, but they're not that bad. I mean, I still don't love the colorway, but they're pretty nice. I like the black better, but these aren't that bad. It is a Jordan 4. It is a Union collab. They're gonna resell for a ton of money. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Also, I wanted to mention the next giveaway is gonna be at 20,000 subscribers, and we're getting closer. We're close to 13K now, I think. So go ahead, if you like these videos, make sure you subscribe down below. Big giveaway coming at 20K. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for always supporting my channel. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you on the next one.